Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala al-mab'uthi rahmatan lil alameen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa baraka wa sallama tasliman kathiran ila yawmiddin amma ba'd. قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد ولله الأسماء الحسنى فادعوه بها. وقال تعالى ولله المثل الأعلى. وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إن لله تعالى 99 اسما من حفظها دخل الجنة. Okay, let's move on to number 39. The 39th name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is al-Muqeet. Al-Muqeet comes from the concept of sustenance, qut. Muqeet means the sustainer, the provider, the one who gives us enough to live by, the one who sustains us. That's the al-Muqeet. Now you can tell straight away how you can use that. That's a very obvious one. Let's quickly go through them. Number one, if somebody wants, let's start off with physical nourishment. You want physical nourishment, physical strength. When one is about to have their meal, call Ya Muqeet, Ya Muqeet, to bless their food and drink, ensuring it provides them with the necessary sustenance and strength. As long as you're not eating junk food. I mean, you first have to eat some good healthy food before, and then say this. If you're eating junk food, like Ya Muqeet, and eating all this junk food, that's bad for you. Number two, professional life. You got a big workload. You're overwhelmed. Too many tasks, too many chores, too many projects, too much going on. You feel overwhelmed with tasks and responsibilities, then call on to al-Muqeet, because al-Muqeet is not just the one who provides food. He provides sustenance in every aspect. In mental sustenance, right? Psychological sustenance, physical sustenance and everything. Ya Muqeet. For the strength and endurance to fulfill their duties effectively. Number three, spiritual growth. Our ruhaniyah. We're concerned about our level of iman, for example. So, Ya Muqeet, sustain us with iman, because if He can give us food, why can't He give us iman and strength? Especially when if you're struggling to maintain your daily prayers, call on to al-Muqeet in sustaining the spiritual connection and the devotion. Number four, endurance in hard times, during challenging times such as personal losses or some other difficulty that comes about. One might ask al-Muqeet, Ya Muqeet, Ya Muqeet, to sustain their heart and spirit so that we don't break under the pressure. A lot of people get stressed a lot. A lot of people, they get very sensitive. They can't deal with difficulties. They just escape and they don't deal with the task. Ya Muqeet, give them strength. So this is for sustaining strength for our himmah, our aspirations. And we don't get overwhelmed. May Allah give us tawfiq, Ya Muqeet, Ya Muqeet. Number five is health. If someone is ill or facing a health challenge, they may invoke the name al-Muqeet to sustain and restore their health. Sustainer of health, just like sustainer of food. Ya Muqeet, Ya Muqeet. Parents, especially of a newborn, Ya Muqeet, Ya Muqeet, to grant them the stamina and patience required to care for their child. It's always daunting, especially for mothers. They're shattered from the childbirth. And then they have to feed this child. They're not getting their sleep. Ya Muqeet, Ya Muqeet, make this easy. Ya Muqeet, allow us to fulfill the responsibility and give us the strength, Ya Muqeet. And then number seven is during fasting. Good place, right? Fasting. When your fasting gets a bit difficult, now it's become so much easier than it used to be 4 or 5 years ago. It's becoming so much easy. The day just passes. As long as you're doing something in the day just passes, right? But if it becomes difficult for some people, Ya Muqeet, Ya Muqeet, the strength to maintain the fast and ensure the body and spirit are sustained without the regular intake of food and drink, especially, for example, for pregnant women, breastfeeding women, and for sick people and so on. If they want to fast, mashallah, and they're finding it tough. Or if you're going to go on a long journey and you're still fasting, Ya Muqeet, Ya Muqeet, Ya Muqeet, Allah will inshallah sustain us. Number 8, mental well-being, mental health issues. We want to be sustained, right? So Again, in moments of mental exhaustion or during a challenging phase in one's mental health journey, one may seek the sustenance and support of Ya Muqeet to navigate through the storm. Anybody who's got mental health issues, Ya Muqeet, Ya Muqeet. Education, especially during intense study sessions or exam times, or when it's a very tough part and you're just not getting it. Ya Muqeet, to sustain me with beneficial information and beneficial knowledge. Sustain you with energy and focus. You don't need the Red Bulls, just Ya Muqeet, Ya Muqeet. You don't need Red Bull. Ensuring they grasp and retain the knowledge they're acquiring. If you're doing Hifz, Ya Muqeet, Ya Muqeet. And Ya Hafiz. For the Hafiz, Ya Hafiz, I forgot to mention there. Ya Hafiz as well. For if you're having trouble in Hifz, memorizing the Qur'an, Ya Hafiz. And supporting others. If one is in a position where they're responsible for supporting or caring for others, you work as a volunteer in the masjid, you work somewhere else in a hospital or any other place where you're supporting others, be in a community leadership role, caregiver, any capacity, Ya Muqeet is your name. Ya Muqeet, to give us the energy to carry that on. Number 40 is al-Haseeb. Al-Haseeb. Haseeb comes from Hisab, which means to count, enumerate, to reckon. So Haseeb is also the reckoner, the one who will take us to task about everything we've done. That's the Haseeb as well. And Haseeb also means the sufficient. So Ya Haseeb, be sufficient for us. Number 1, professional situation. During, for example, an annual performance review at work, when seeking fair judgment and evaluation for your efforts throughout the year, or even for tests and exams, right? It's coming to the crunch and there's going to be an evaluation to get a promotion or whether you're going to get fired or whatever. We just want justice because sometimes we fear injustice. Sometimes people are not very just in the way they assess. So Ya Haseeb, Ya Haseeb, to ensure that their efforts do not go unnoticed and they are justly appreciated. Along with that, Ya Adl also helps at the same time. Ya Adl, oh just one. But Ya Haseeb is relevant here, that allow the reckoning and assessment to be proper. Number 2, financial transactions. When lending money to someone or entering into a business deal and hoping for an honest and fair transaction, Ya Haseeb, Ya Haseeb. If there's a good deal or you're doing a business partnership with someone, Ya Haseeb, read that, just so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inshallah keep it on track for us. Number 3, pure situations of injustice. Ya Haseeb, Ya Haseeb. When one feels wronged or backstabbed, instead of seeking revenge, they may call upon al-Haseeb, entrusting him to be the final judge and to reckon with the deeds of all those involved. Rather than us taking revenge, which will be limited, Ya Haseeb, I leave it to you. Ya Haseeb, I know you're watching. I know you'll take care of it. Allah will be able to do it. It may take some time, but Allah will take care of it. Number 4, dealing with personal failures. Personal failures, right? After realizing one's own mistakes or shortcomings, we made a mistake. We realize it. One may invoke Ya Haseeb for the strength and acceptance, understanding that while humans might overlook, Allah will always look at the sincerity in your deed. So others may blame you, but Ya Haseeb, at least my intention was good. So Allah, at least you take care of me. Making life choices. When making significant life choices like pursuing a particular career, marrying someone, moving to a new city, starting a new business, right? One might call Ya Haseeb for guidance, believing that He knows what's best and will reckon everything for the person's benefit. Because ultimately He knows what's going to happen in 5 years. Oh Allah, you reckon it to be the best. Is this marriage good for me? Is this business profitable for me? Is beneficial for me or not? Number 6, in education, a student prepares for exams. He should call on to Haseeb, asking for their hard work and dedication. Put a lot of hard work in there. But maybe he's a bit weak, not the sharpest pencil in the box. Have you heard of the sharpest pencil in the box? No. It's just a way of saying that if he's not the sharpest pencil in the box, it means that he's just not that bright. That's what he means, just another way of saying that. Right, or whatever it is, and it's just tough, but you've worked hard, man. Ya Haseeb, Ya Allah, I've put every effort in there, it's up to you now. I've done all my hifz preparation, Ya Allah, it's up to you now. And then daily reflection for muhasabah, introspection about how we are each day. So this one is, at the end of the day, while reflecting upon one's deeds and actions, one may call on Ya Haseeb to seek forgiveness for any shortcomings and hope that their good deeds are accepted. Number 8 is when you're facing criticism. Have you ever faced criticism? When faced with undue criticism. Good criticism is good because it makes us better, we should accept it. But undue criticism, just for nothing, jealousy or whatever it is. So when facing undue criticism or when people misjudge our intentions, Ya Haseeb, give, and Ya Sabur also works here, Ya Sabur. Give me the patience and assurance that the ultimate judgment rests with Allah. Ya Allah, I know you're the ultimate judge. You're the ultimate reckoner. While these guys don't get it and they're just overly criticizing me for nothing, Ya Haseeb. You see, when you're turning everything back to Allah, He will take care of it. Imagine how wonderful Allah feels when a servant says, Ya Haseeb in a situation like that. Otherwise you wouldn't even think of Allah. You see the power of these names. Okay, one or two more. Parenting, similar to the previous one. Parenting. When dealing with challenging situations as a parent. Do parents face challenging situations? Or is it easy? Man, it is tough. Allah make it easy. Ya Haseeb, make it easy. Allah Ta'ala make it easy. When dealing with challenging situations as a parent where action might not be immediately rewarded or recognized, a parent should invoke al-Haseeb. Ya Haseeb, Ya Haseeb. Seeking patience and the belief that their efforts for their children will be acknowledged. Another place that I've just remembered, if you don't feel acknowledged by your parents, you do everything for your parents or somebody above you, sometimes that happens, and they are just favoring the other brother, your brother or your sister. You're like, always, Ya Haseeb, Ya Haseeb, Ya Haseeb. It happens sometimes. You do everything for a parent, and for some reason they just have this special love for someone, so they don't see any of your good deeds. Ya Allah, make it easy, Ya Haseeb. And charitable deeds. When giving charity anonymously, so when you're giving sadaqah or whatever, anonymously or helping others without any expectation of return, Ya Haseeb, it's for you. You reckon it. I don't want anybody else to know, but it's for you. You look after it. You give me your blessings in return. You get happy. I'm doing it for you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya Haseeb, Ya Jaleel, Ya Kabir, Ya Hafiz, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the benefits of all of this and allow us to start using it. So hopefully we've remembered at least one or two of these and we can start using them, inshallah. You don't have to use all of them, but at least wherever we can, there's a name for everything. There's a name for everything. So this is the practical consideration. Make some dua for us as well. Allahumma anta salam wa minka salam wa tabarak ya dhal jalali wal ikram ya hayyu ya qayyum bi rahmatika nastaghith ya hannan ya mannan la ilaha illa anta subhanaka inna kunna min adh-dhalimin ya ghaffar ya fattah ya sattar ya hafiz ya salam ya latif ya dhal jalali wal ikram ya hafiz ya kabir ya sami' ya basir Ya Muqeet, Ya Allah, have mercy on us and bless us, especially during this month of Ramadan. Oh Allah, protect us, Ya Allah. Oh Allah, assist us in everything that we do. You have blessed us tremendously already. Oh Allah, in what you have given us, allow us to use it properly. And do not allow us to use the very resources you have given to us to disobey you, Ya Allah. Oh Allah, make everything that you have done to bless us. Oh Allah, especially protect us and our children and our descendants until the day of judgment. All of our descendants, protect them from all the fitnas which are around. Oh Allah, we ask you for respite and recovery and delivery and freedom for our brothers and sisters who are suffering around the world. Oh Allah, grant them much better than what they have lost, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, make this Ramadan better than any Ramadan before it. Oh Allah, make the remaining days of this Ramadan better than the previous days. And oh Allah, allow us to stay close to you even after this month. Oh Allah, whatever we've asked you for, grant it to us. Whatever is in our hearts and we haven't asked you for but is beneficial for us, oh Allah, grant us that as well. And oh Allah, assist us in recognizing you. Send abundant blessings on your messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al-mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.
With the Rayyan Courses subscription, you'll gain immediate access to over 250 hours of exclusive video lessons taught by experienced scholars. Sign up now at rayyancourses.com to continue your journey. The next lesson is waiting.